The first chair is still warm beside the table, just a paper receipt used as a bookmark now. Water is beating on the lip of a glass while I watch the street lamp light the floor. While I watch the street lamp light the floor. The air is heavy and the clock is slow. Nowhere left for a taxi to go. Waiting for the red to finally turn. First chair is still warm where you sat. A taxi stops for a light on the corner. There's no need for any other words now. There's no need for any other words now. A blue glass sits beside the cup. A receipt keeps a page in place. Rain makes a mark upon the door. Oh, a taxi waits across the lane. Blue glass at midnight, cool and clear. I leave the book exactly here. The coffee has gone cold by now. The folded coat stays on the chair. The driver turns the meter off. Oh, the rain has settled in the air. Blue glass at midnight, one last glow. I close the book and let it go.
The cardboard sleeve is on the cup. The steam is gone from the table. One corner of the book is bent. The cover rests beside the cable. Coffee cooling by the window. The streetcar passes by below. Paper cup has left a ring. The lamp is low above the chair. A folded page holds my place. The next car stops and waits out there. Coffee cooling by the window. I close the book before I go.
Chairs are up on the tables now. A water glass stays by the check. I carry one book under my arm. The last bus turns around the block. Streets from closing, I walk home. 2 streets from closing, the door is locked. The receipt is folded in my coat. The floor is clear beneath the stools. A driver waves from the bus stop. I keep the book against my side. 2 streets from closing, I head home. 2 streets from closing, the night is done. The book is open on the bar. A pencil rests across the page. The margin holds a folded note. The cup has cooled beside the lamp. Pages left open, one more line. Pages left open, I read it twice. The table down. The rain is flat against the glass. I turn the pencil in my hand. The book stays open where it was. Pages left open, one more line. Pages left open, then I close it. Taxi takes the corner slow. The driver checks the empty street. A book is under my left arm. The bar is quiet at my back. A slow turn on Mercer Street. A slow turn past the last cafe. Paper cup is in the bin. The check is folded in my coat. The driver waits for one green light. I watch the doors begin to close. A slow turn on Mercer Street. A slow turn and I'm on my way.
Smoke lifts above the piano lid. The keys are warm beneath the lamp. A glass is waiting on the bar. The book is closed beside my coat. Smoke above the piano, low. Smoke above the piano, slow. The waiter folds a cloth in half. The rain has stopped beside the door. A taxi idles by the curb. I leave the check beneath the glass. Smoke above the piano, low. Smoke above the piano, then I go.
The glass is half full on the bar. The ice has settled at the bottom. A book is resting face down now. A book is resting face down now. The waiter brings a clean white napkin. One more quiet drink before I leave. One more quiet drink, then I go. The check is folded by the lamp. A taxi waits across the street. The door is open just a little. The door is open just a little. I put the book beneath my coat. One more quiet drink before I leave. One more quiet drink, then I go. Drops mark the back room glass. A coat is folded over the chair. The book is open near the lamp. The cup has cooled beside my hand. Rain on the back room glass. The room stays warm behind the door. The server turns the sign around. A taxi moves along the curb. I keep a page beneath my thumb. The door shuts softly at the front. Rain on the back room glass. I close the book and leave it there.
The barstool beside mine is empty. A paper coaster holds a ring. The book is open near the lamp. The waiter sets a glass of water. The barstool beside mine stays free. The barstool beside mine stays still. A jacket hangs behind the chair. The check is tucked beneath the glass. The train moves under the next block. I read one page before I leave. The barstool beside mine stays free. The barstool beside mine, then I leave.
last train leaves the lower track, a ticket rest beneath the cup. The book is closed beside the lamp, beside the lamp. A coat is folded on the chair. Last train, low light, and one more page. Last train, low light, then I leave. The station clock is out of sight. A waiter takes the empty glass. The taxi line is moving slow. I keep the ticket in the book. Last train, low light, and one more page. Last train, low light, then I leave. A matchbook rests inside my coat. The cover is worn along the edge. A glass of water waits nearby. The book is closed beside the lamp. A matchbook in your coat I find. A matchbook from a smaller room. The waiter folds the final cloth. The coffee cup is on the tray. A taxi takes the corner slow. I put the matchbook back again. A matchbook in your coat I find. A matchbook, then I look The clock above the bar has stopped. A book is open on the table. The water glass is almost empty. The waiter sets the check aside. Nothing urgent tonight, I stay. Nothing urgent tonight, just this. The chairs are lined along the wall. A taxi rolls past the front door. I read the last line on the page. The room is warm without a word. Nothing urgent tonight, I stay. Nothing urgent tonight, then I leave.
Last bus turns around the corner. A paper ticket stays in my hand. The bar is quiet behind the door. The book is closed beneath my coat. After the last bus, I walk slow. After the last bus, the street is clear. Driver waves from the next block. A glass is drying, I'm on the shelf. The check is folded in my pocket. I pass the corner with the old sign. After the last bus, I walk slow. After the last bus, I'm almost home.
hall light warms the wooden floor. A coat is hanging by the door. The book is open near the chair. The book is open near the chair. A cup is cooling on the table. Under the warm hall light I wait. Under the warm hall light I read. Waiter carries glasses back. A taxi stops across the street. I fold the page inside the book. The room is quiet at the front. The room is quiet at the front. Under the warm hall light I wait. Under the warm hall light I leave.
A paperback is on the bar. A pen is resting by the check. The window shows an empty block. A cup is cooled beside the lamp. A quiet table after 10. A quiet table after 10. A quiet table, nothing more. Turns the music down. A cab moves slowly through the rain. I close the book around one page. The door is open at the front. A quiet table after 10. A quiet table, then I go.
The blue doorway is open late. A coat is hanging by the frame. The book is waiting on the table. A cup is cold beside the chair. Blue doorway, let the evening pass. Blue doorway, keep the room warm. The waiter wipes the grassware down. A bicycle moves along the block. I take the page out of the book. The door stays open at the front. Blue doorway, let the evening pass. Blue doorway, then I leave. Glass door closes at the side. A scarf is folded on the chair. The book is open to one page. The book is open to one page. The cup is empty by the lamp. Keep the room warm for a while. Keep the room warm, then turn the light. Waiter clears the second table. A bike moves past the corner shop. I put the page inside the book. The street is quiet near the door. The street is quiet near the door. Keep the room warm for a while. Keep the room warm, then I go.
The check is folded twice beside the cup. A pencil rests against the book. The window faces an empty lane. The coat is hanging by the door. The check is folded twice, I stay. The check is folded twice, then read. The waiter carries plates to the back. A car moves slowly through the block. I turn the page without a mark. The cup is cool beneath the lamp. The check is folded twice, I stay. The check is folded twice, then go.
The glass is set beside the lamp. A folded napkin holds the page. The book is open in my hands. The room is quiet near the bar. Softly, the glass catches the light. Softly, the glass stays where it is. chairs around. A car slows down outside the door. I close the book beneath my hand. The cup is empty on the tray. Softly, the glass catches the light. Softly, the glass, then I
The low lamp reaches the piano lid. A receipt is tucked inside the book. The chair beside the table is empty. The chair beside the table is empty. A glass is waiting near the wall. Low lamp, slow room, nothing to prove. Low lamp, slow room, stay a while. The waiter folds a cloth in half. A train moves under the next block. A train moves under the next block. I hold the page before I close it. The door is open at the front. Low lamp, slow room, nothing to prove. Low lamp, slow room, then I go.
The corner table faces the door. A book is open near the glass. The waiter leaves a small white plate. A coat is folded on the chair. The corner table knows my name. The corner table waits for me. car sounds beyond the block. A pen rolls slowly by the check. I take one note from the page. The water glass is nearly clear. The corner table knows my name. The corner table, then I leave. The last page lies beneath my hand. A pencil is set beside the cup. The room is open to the street. The book is nearly at the end. Last page, first light, one more line. Last page, first light, then I close. The empty plates. A bus moves slowly by the door. I read the note inside the page. The cup is cold beside the lamp. Last page, first light, one more line. Last page, first light, then I close.
A small receipt is on the table. The book is open by the glass. The book is open by the glass. The server sets the sugar bowl down. A jacket hangs behind the chair. A little room on a weekday night. A little room, and I can read. ground. A pen moves slowly by the check. I keep the page inside the check. I keep the page inside the book. The cup is cold beside the lamp. A little room on a weekday night. A little room, then I go.
Green bottle catches the lamp. A book is open near the chair. A book is open near the chair. The waiter sets a clean white cup. The check is folded by the plate. Green bottle, quiet room, stay late. Green bottle, quiet room, read slow. Bus moves past the corner shop. A pen rests under the receipt. I keep the page inside the book. The door is open to the street. The door is open to the street. Green bottle, quiet room, stay late. Green bottle, quiet room, then go.
The second chair is under the table. A book is open near the lamp. A spoon is set beside the cup. The window shows the empty block. The second chair stays where it is. The second chair, and I read on. front step clean. A car is waiting at the light. I close the book around the page. The cup is cold beside the wall. The second chair stays where it is. The second chair. Then I go.
Cup waits beside the book. The table faces the back wall. The waiter puts the lights down low. A jacket is across the chair. The back wall holds the evening still. The back wall, and I read slow. Train moves under the crossing street. A pen is resting near the plate. I fold the page beneath the cover. The door is open at the front. The back wall holds the evening still. The back wall, then I go.
The small round table is by the door. A book is open near the glass. The waiter brings a clean white cup. A coat is resting on the chair. Small round table, make the room feel close. Small round table, let me read. taxi stops beside the block. A pen is lying by the check. I slide the page into the book. The door stays open to the street. Small round table, make the room feel close. Small round table, then I go.
The clock above the door says 1/4 past. A clean glass stands beside the plate. The cook folds towels behind the bar. My book is open at the mark. 1/4 past, the room stays kind. 1/4 past, I turn one page. A bus bends around the corner block. A coat is waiting on the rail. The piano plays a low, short phrase. I close the book and leave a tip. 1/4 past, the room stays kind. 1/4 past, I leave the page. The menu is closed beside the glass. The last 2 lemons sit in a bowl. A chair is turned against the wall. I mark the place before I leave. closed, the room is soft, the menu is closed. I read one line. The menu is closed. I read one line. The floor is clean beneath the stools. A bill is folded near the plate. The piano keeps a lower chord. I put my book inside my coat. The menu is closed, the room is soft. The menu is closed, I leave the line. The glass is rinsed and set aside. A citrus peel is on the plate. The server writes a short last note. My fingers hold the page in place. A glass rinsed twice, the room stays neat. A glass rinsed twice, I read on. Front door moves with someone's coat. A cab is waiting by the curb. The piano leaves a small last chord. I close the cover at the mark. A glass rinsed twice, the room stays neat. A glass rinsed twice, then I go.
Coat hook is free beside the door. The bill is flat beneath the glass. The bartender counts a row of coins. I keep one hand upon the book. The coat hook waits, the room stays small. The coat hook waits, I take my page. A cab pulls up across the lane. The last stool faces toward the bar. The piano holds a lower chord. I slide the bookmark into place. The coat hook waits, the room stays small. The coat hook waits, then I go.
The receipt is under the cup. Shh. A small coin rests beside the plate. The waiter folds a clean white cloth. I keep my thumb against the page. Receipt under the cup, the room stays clear. Receipt under the cup, I stay one song. The brass rail catches a little warmth. A cab has stopped beside the curb. The piano turns through one more chord. I leave the bookmark in the book. Receipt under the cup, the room stays clear. Receipt under the cup, then I go. is beside the sink. The towel hangs from one brass hook. The glass rack shines above the bar. I hold the place. I hold the place inside the book. Blue tile by the sink, the room stays warm. Blue tile by the sink, I take one breath. The server sets the chairs in rows. A car is standing at the curb. The piano keeps a small low turn. I fold the page. I fold the page and put on my coat. Blue tile by the sink, the room stays warm. Blue tile by the sink, then up I go.
One dry spoon is on the saucer. The sugar jar is near the till. The server stacks the narrow plates. I read the last part of the page. One dry spoon, the cup stays near. One dry spoon, I read it through. Front mat lies against the door. A taxi turns beyond the sign. The piano settles on one chord. I put the book back in my coat. One dry spoon, the cup stays near. One dry spoon, then I go.
empty sugar packet is by the cup. The napkin has a square fold. The server checks the row of lamps. I turn the cover toward the page. Empty sugar packet, the room stays neat. Empty sugar packet, I read on. A chair moves softly near the wall. The front door opens to the block. The guitar leaves a small short turn. I put the bookmark in my coat. Empty sugar packet, the room stays neat. Empty sugar packet, then I go. Orange slice is on the tray. A clean napkin waits beneath the glass. The waiter wipes. The waiter wipes the brass rail down. I keep the book against my sleeve. Last orange slice, the bar stays bright. Last orange slice, I turn one page. Bus slows near the corner sign. The coat room light is still turned on. The piano plays a lower phase. I close the cover at the mark. Last orange slice, the bar stays bright. Last orange slice, then I go. white ring is left upon the table. The glass has moved beside the plate. The server folds the small paper slip. I hold the cover at the page, at the page. White ring on the table, the room is still. White ring on the table, I read one line. White ring on the table, I read one line. The entry mat is straight by the door. A car waits across the block. The piano rests on one long chord. I put the book back in my coat. White ring on the table, the room is still. White ring on the table, then I go.
A paper band is round the cup. The spoon is turned across the plate. The server checks the line of stools. I hold the book against my coat. Paper band around the cup, the room stays near. Paper band around the cup, I read one page. Taxi passes through the block. The front door moves without a sound. The piano turns a shorter phrase. I close the cover by the mark. Paper band around the cup, the room stays near. Paper band around the cup, then I go.
by the till is turned down low. The key is hanging on a hook. The server folds the small white cloth. I hold one finger in the book. Lamp by the till, the room stays close. Lamp by the till, I read one page. A car turns out across the street. The clean glass waits upon the bar. The guitar leaves a small last phrase. I close the cover in my coat. Lamp by the till, the room stays close. Lamp by the till, then I go. A pencil lies across the ledger. The ink is dry beside the date. The server checks the row of glasses. I keep the page beneath my hand. Pencil on the ledger, the room stays clear. Pencil on the ledger, I wait one song. The brass key turns within the door. A car is waiting by the curb. The piano keeps a low, short phrase. I close the book and leave the mark. Pencil on the ledger, the room stays clear. Pencil on the ledger, then I go.
The exit sign is low above the hall. A clean key sits beside the till. The server puts the chairs in rows. I keep the book beneath my arm. Exit sign above the hall. The room stays small. Exit sign above the hall. I turn one page. Taxi pulls around the corner block. The glass rack catches one warm line. The piano turns through one last phrase. I close the cover and take my coat. Exit sign above the hall. The room stays small. Exit sign above the hall. Then I go.
The cash drawer is half closed by the till. A small coin rests beside the glass. The server folds the last white cloth. I keep the page beneath my hand. Half-closed drawer, the room stays calm. Half-closed drawer, I read one line. Front door opens to the block. A car is waiting at the curb. The piano settles on one chord. I put the book inside my coat. Half-closed drawer, the room stays calm. Half-closed drawer, then I go. Chairs are up along the wall. The glasses rest upon the tray. The server turns the key inside. I hold the book beneath my arm. Chairs are up, the room is ready. Chairs are up, I close the page. The street is clear beyond the door. A cab is waiting at the curb. The guitar leaves a quiet turn. I take my coat and leave the mark. Chairs are up